hook and grip. Connecting the arrow to the bow, nocking the arrow. It's very easy to get accurate this way. In the meaty part of the first digits, line the fingers up. You're going to be more accurate if you put all 3 fingers under the bowstring. Anyway, so connecting the arrow to the bow, nocking the arrow. So we line ourselves up with the target. We now connect our arrow to the bow. Okay, so if you're at a range, okay, while we're talking about it, all right, most of the time, your bow, you're never going to rest it in the ground. You're going to put the tip of the arrow. You could put it on your foot. If you really want to get fancy, you can get there's a little thing that you could buy. You attach it to your shoelaces. It's like a rubber thing, and you could rest your bow on that little thing instead of on your toes, okay? So here I am facing my target. Let me move back here. A really nice way to connect or nock your arrow, you're going to bring your arrow here, right? So this way you're facing down at the target. If you're alone in the backyard and I'm lined up with my target is this way, you know, I can hold my bow this way and bring my arrow over. There's a lot of ways you can nock your arrow. All right, competition wise, because people are right next to you, you want to be mindful of your space. So you're going to load your arrow front wise. And also this way, you're not twisting the string, right? If you come over and attach it and the arrow is sticking up, and you drop the arrow in place, it's not a huge deal, but you are twisting the string a little bit. And, you know, we don't want to do that. We want to keep it take out any factors that might cause any kind of, you know, issues with the string. All right. So we're going to load our arrow or nock the arrow. Click, listen for the click, set the arrow on the rest or the shelf. Beautiful. Next, connecting the hook and the grip. So the nocking is how you connect the arrow to the bow, and how setting the hook and the grip is how you connect yourself to the bow. As my instructor, Serena, she always says, it's how you connect the archer to the bow. So hook and grip. Let's set this bow up here for a second. Okay. Setting the hook. Now, your hook, dominant hand usually, okay? 3 middle fingers. And again, this is more of a instinctive traditional style of shooting. I'm going to teach, and I teach folks that are just getting started with archery, 3 under, because it's an instinctive style and it's very easy to get accurate this way. I find it's the most accurate. It's very forgiving hooking technique, okay? And forgiving means if your technique isn't exactly perfect, the arrows are still going to go pretty straight, right? So there's some forgiveness in the form and technique, 3 fingers under. So setting your hook, 3 fingers. I like to balance out my fingers, right? So your fingers aren't the same size. I balance them out because I'm going to put the string in if I'm showing you lefty here, okay, in the meaty part of the first digits, okay, on the string. Let's get the bow here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Line the fingers up, okay? And for these videos getting rolling here, I always teach new archers the 3 under technique. In the movies, 1 above, 2 below. And as I always say on the range, this is not the movies, okay? You can do that, but getting started, you're going to be more accurate if you put all 3 fingers under the bowstring, okay? Now, a little detail is that we do want to leave a little bit of space, and we want to be consistent here. And that's why it is nice sometimes to put another nock underneath so you have a little indicator, because consistency is key in everything archery. So we're going to set our fingers on the string, 3 fingers underneath the arrow, leaving, can you see a little space underneath? Because as the angle of the string gets pulled tighter, you don't want to crowd the arrow, okay? So, the other important aspect here about setting your hook. Your hook is not just your fingers here. Your hook, this is a one long hook from the fingers to the elbow, right? It's not just your hand here that's doing the work. We want our hand, if you engage, I say you want to have a strong wrist, no bending in this wrist, okay? Once you bend the wrist, you're now activating all kinds of muscles in your forearm, right? And we don't want to do that.